Hello and welcome. I am the Bearded Warrior and this is episode 19 in my attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. The rules are to the right, but just for a recap, I can only catch the first new encounter in each new route that I enter. I must play in set mode, my team level cannot exceed the gym leader's ace Pokemon prior to the battle starting, and if a Pokemon is knocked out in battle it can no longer be used for the remainder of the game. So in the last episode we had some tragedy. We lost Videl the Pidgeot, Vegeta the Arcanine, and we also lost Android 18 the Gengar, but we're able to defeat Sabrina, raising the level cap to level 48. And the team that we're currently going with, who I have done some training with, is Goku the Pikachu, Krillin the Vileplume, Piccolo the Alakazam, Baba the Golem, Shen. Hello and welcome. I am the Bearded Warrior and this is episode 19 in my attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. The rules are to the right, but just for a recap, I can only catch the first new encounter in each new route that I enter. I must play in set mode, my team level cannot exceed the gym leader's ace Pokemon prior to the battle starting, and if a Pokemon is knocked out in battle it can no longer be used for the remainder of the game. So in the last episode we had some tragedy. We lost Videl the Pidgeot, Vegeta the Arcanine, and we also lost Android 18 the Gengar, but we're able to defeat Sabrina, raising the level cap to level 48. And the team that we're currently going with, who I have done some training with, is Goku the Pikachu, Krillin the Vileplume, Piccolo the Alakazam, Baba the Golem, Shenron the Gyarados, and Goten the Nidoking. So in the last episode we did go to the ice cave place, completely forgot its name, but today we came home to visit Mum, get some lovely cooking, and just to remind the fans to like and subscribe. Thank you Mum for the promotion. We're also at Pallet Town so that we can surf straight down to the next gym, because there's some shenanigans we need to do before we can get into the gym. Yes, of course I would love you. Oh, Route 21. What's the new thing on Route 21? Now, do I go for a grass encounter or do I go for a water encounter? For the grass, I'm guaranteed Tangela, but I don't need a grass type, so... Oh, there's fishermen. Okay, so I said we would always battle these people, so... let's go! We can also get our fossil while we are over on the island, so that's something we may end up doing, is grabbing our little fossil. Aerodactyl and tops, but I think I'm probably leaning towards Aerodactyl. Oh, you're... what are you going to do? Let's find out. Good job, Pikachu. Well done. Brick break. Okay. Oh, that. Then swap out. Depending on what you bring out next. Jinx. Okay. Interesting. Ice Psychic. Our new Shenron. Okay, neutral. Let's see what this does. Another one, we can take one more of that, so I don't Jinx as fast as a guard. Gustin. Okay. this is the problem with this team. None of us can take an ice punch. So we will have to be strategic here. As physical. Okay, go for another ice punch. Yep, okay, I was hoping you'd maybe wake up. Okay, first we need someone with a good physical defense, but also quick. Okay. Speed 39. Can you take an ice punch? You know what, you're my best hope, you're the fastest. Ice punch. Really don't play this by ear. Oh, yeah, you can take. Alright, good, nice and easy. And finish. Oh, I've just realised they have another. Okay, this could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous. Hopefully we've got the answer in the back. Okay, Kangaskhan. We do not have an answer in the back for Kangaskhan. I'm going to go to Krillin. Because Krillin's got one of the best defences. And hopefully we can do some cheesy stuff. So, Dizzy Punch. Of course you would go for Dizzy Punch. You know what, since you're trying to be cheesy, we're going to be cheesy. Since Krillin, come on. Okay, I may need one here. We can't get another physical hit from that. Cannot go into... Okay, we need to be careful here. We're going to be going back and healing after this already. Good start to the episode. And oh, come on. This bode well. I'm kind of hoping you get paralyzed, but pay that sacrifice otherwise. Okay, so glaring weakness against normal types. Okay, that's a window we needed. We now need to earthquake until this thing dies a horrible death. My god, you're so tanky. That could be the one. Yeah. Good. Come on, pal. We'll get this. Yeah, so straight. Okay. I'll go psych. It's about time you learned a decent move. God, surviving off Psybeam was not easy. Good job. Outrage, you know what? Based on the move you've got, yeah, let's give you outrage. You can be an outrageous dragon. Because you are a Shenron. Obviously it's going to be Ice Punch. Thank you for Ice Punch. Okay, we are going to fly back and heal because that was already more stressful than it had to be. Yeah, Pikachu, I don't know why you're happy, we nearly died. I love your confidence, but yeah, we nearly got murdered. Seafoam, the Seafoam Caves, that's where we were before. Seeing the picture just made it spur in my head. Where we did run into Jinx, I believe. Right, Mum, I need your healing powers. Yeah, we ran into Jinx and Jinx. failed from there, so we didn't get an encounter. The only other thing in that cave that desperately is in there is an Articuno, and we're not catching legendaries. Oh, speaking of, tell one out. I'll let average things. Yeah, that we do. But stone. Team Cinnabar down to Cinnabar Island. We're gonna have to watch because Golem is level 45 and Golem and Gyarados will be instrumental in defeating Blaine. I may also bring Tentacruel onto the team as protection. Yep, Pika Pika, you're up. Alright, we know this guy's tanky, so the best thing we can do is to hit it really hard twice, so that he doesn't hit us too hard back. Oh, you start. Interesting. With a pinch of salt, that was acceptable. Oh. All starting to get near the end of this series, which is interesting. After this we'll be moving on to Sword and Shield. Actually gonna do a riser. If I get it to on the recording for here. You okay, this is yes please. This is the obvious choice. We now have an Aerodactyl. And just having a look at him, I don't think he'll be an off-camera training if we're going to use him. Oh, level 40. Oh. Oh my. Oh, he's level 44. Oh, oh, okay. Great. That's right, the name that I'm looking for. Okay, we'll have to think of a name for him. Oh, that could be. Okay, rock flying, so he'd be a lot faster than Baba, but Baba's got Earthquake. I don't want to replace Nidoking. And I still want my grass type. You know what, that's something we're going to have to think about. Oh, that is a very good Pokemon right there. He will almost definitely join us in the battle against Blaine. He's already quite level appropriate. So, you will see me do some swapping throughout this episode. as we go. So don't worry too much if you see a change happen that's not of the team in the pictures below. It's just so that we can... Did Aerodactyl have a gender? Oh, bless me. Don't know what's going on with me just now. You know what, we're gonna give it its marking just now. And because it was made in a lab, we're gonna call it Cell. But he will definitely be joining us as we go on. Okay, so we do have to go in here. I knew we would, but I have a feeling as well we need to fight Team Rocket in here, so we need to be very careful about who is leading my party. Okay, so there is a random encounter in here. First I'm going to make sure there's a Pokemon that I can encounter. And then I will do... So we can fight with this. Go back out and back in, although it looks like it may only be Grimer, so... We will find out. I'll close my eyes. Look at my madman. And we're close. Beep, 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 beep. Oh. Oh, we've got you. And in case anyone's forgot, after the many moons of me explaining, we have a thing called a duplicate clause. So basically, if we run into, oh, okay, a Pokemon that we have caught previously or one of its evolutionary stages, it does not count towards the encounter of that area and or route. Okay, Grimer, welcome to the team and welcome to the box. I will not be giving you a nickname just now, but I'm glad to see you member of the team. Welcome to the family. No, we're definitely not wasting our time on a Rattata. Okay, so we will be doing some exploring in this place and possibly fighting Blaine depending on how the episode goes. Oh, something with eyes. Let's push it. Right, let's explore first and then we can come back and push it. I think the only other... Oh man, Magmar's so cool. Okay, so it looks like the only other encounter we might have got was going to be a Magmar. I also think in this world, very rare, but you can get Ditto. I know you're huge, but you're not to be. Muck's may be an okay choice if we lose someone. Poison coverage. So we're talking about if we need to replace Nidoking. Very defensively tanky. Yeah, Muck wouldn't be the worst thing. Oh, a sound happened. Oh, and a Magmar showed up. And this door's mysteriously open. Oh my goodness. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. That's another thing I am very tempted to start up as I've got some friends who enjoy Dungeons and Dragons and I'm going to try being a dungeon master. Oh, are you a burglar? Sorry, I'm quite curious to battle you. Because you normally have fire or electric, so I am quite okay with the consequences of my choices. So at this point, I think it's prudent to say that I lost the recording of the vocal part of it, so I will now be doing a voiceover and trying to fill you in as best as I can to the memory of what's going on. So just observe that there's a muck there, and at this point, it appears there's only two ways, or two types of Pokemon that I can catch. So we'll make our way through this place and I'll recall it to the best of my memory. Just seen a staircase there that I didn't go up, and it seems to be a one-way route, so we're going to go explore that first. And all this for an item. Oh, bumped into Magmar, who, as I pointed out, I'm quite gutted that I didn't have the opportunity to catch. It would have been good to have another bit of fire coverage. But first we have to battle this burglar before we get the item, and I'm pretty sure it's a hyper potion. Burglar Simon. Okay, so go 10 is a good choice. Control one should one hit shot it if I remember correctly. Unless we get the burn. Oh yeah, we did get burned. In that case, we're not getting one shot. Okay, then swap out Goten. Then we're going to go into the water. Shenron, the magical dragon from Dragon Ball Z. As always, if you do have character ideas, there are still a few encounters left, so if you want to leave a comment with a nickname, I will happily take on any suggestions. I'm surprised at how much damage Gyarados actually takes from a flamethrower. It is not ideal. Okay, I need to swap into Golem here because I don't trust Muck. Muck is a powerful Pokemon. And Easy Earthquake takes the job. Okay, I need to heal up my party because we did take quite a bit of damage there. Also need to heal Nidoking from his burn with the full heal that I've got. It was at this point I realised I do not have enough potions and healing items. Oh, it was a rare candy, even better. And a max revive as well. I'm not really sure why at this point I didn't just go heal straight away. Obviously decided that the team had enough survivability to get me through this area. And also I am a survivor, so one escape rope always helpful for getting out of places in a tight pinch. I don't often get lost in a cave, but when I do, I get lost. So we're going to head back to the Pokemon Center and we are going to heal, and then we're going to go into the Pokemart and buy some more fill heals and buy some potions so that we don't have to run in and out throughout the process of getting through this silly, ridiculous maze. I think at this point I start getting quite reserved with what battles I do as well, because I don't want to go over the level cap, which ultimately nearly costs me in the gym. As you'll have noticed, there has been quite a few near misses already with the team, and I do not learn from that mistake. Hopefully I will learn if we get through the gym, going ahead to Giovanni, which would be ideal, since after that we have the Pokemon League, and we're getting so close to the end now. Okay, so that's nice and stocked up. I spoke to him because he looked like one of Professor Oak's little dudes. Turns out he's just a random scientist on the scientist island, which is quite rude and inconvenient. For anybody who played these original games, I always loved these stories, you know, having to find your way through this place, and when you get to the room, you've got two bits you fall down. One takes you to the front door and one takes you to the next area you want to go to. They took it out of this game, but it was really frustrating as a kid. Also, just realised there that for some reason the doors don't seem to reset themselves when you leave the building. They stay in the locked out position you were last in. And as we always do, we're going to take on the co trainers because that's what we've agreed we're going to do. Put in Pikachu because I thought it was a good shout, and it's a Graveler, so that is not going to work. So we're going to swap into the mighty Shenron, expecting an earthquake. And as you can tell, this went well. Yep, we nearly lost Shenron. He is not even battle ready and we're already nearly murdered. So that was a mistake on my part. Into Krillin we go. As we know, they're not going to hit an earthquake. And thankfully, due to Krillin's Mega Drain, we can get back anything we lose from that hit. So that was a easy recovery. I think at this point it's quite clear that this Coach Trainer is going to give me Rock Slide, which will be really helpful later on. I'm still trying to decide a final sort of team. Trying to see if Aerodactyl fits into that groove. But we'll have to do the maths and decide later. I have considered if Nidoking is the one that needs to go. but I would need my Vile Plume to know a much better poison move. I'll be doing some research on the Elite Four before I go into it and deciding the best teams that I need to use to make sure that I can get through, because I need to get 2 lands with a full team. Apologies for the yawn. So once again there, that was quite a risky move. I thought by stun sporing Diglett, Dugtrio, that we would have the speed advantage. Turns out Dugtrio is ridiculously fast. And even with this we decided to stay in, which was probably quite silly. Thankfully we do not get flinched here, which is really good RNG karma on our behalf, which gives us just enough HP to know that we can stay in for 2 more non-critical hits. And wouldn't you know it, the first one we get flinched. But me being silly and impulsive, we stay in for a second one. And thankfully do not get flinched, do not get the critical hit, so we're able to use Mega Drain and take the win, which is incredible. And here's Rock Slide, thank you human. Time to heal up the team a little bit, just to make sure. We've lost Pokemon before because we weren't at full health, and we're just not taking that risk again. Especially near the end game where everything could be lost very quickly. I've already had 6 deaths in this run, so that's a full team's worth. I don't want to lose any more Pokemon ever again, or at least minimalise. Yeah, I would like to minimise any casualties from here on out. I decided to head along here to see what's it's all about. And a couple of waterfalls later, and Wheezing is defeated. Not really a difficult challenge. Anticipating an electric move into my Gyarados, so we swap into Indoking to take, or not take, the Thunderbolt, which was pretty obvious that that's where it was going to go. And the one shot with the Drill Run due to the 4 times to Perfectionist, so that was great work. I'm struggling to decide, just having a look now at the Pokemon League, and the level cap is level 55. So once we get through Victory Road, we are going to be looking, before we go into the final battles, we're going to be looking at the teams, and we're going to be looking at who is the best Pokemon to take in this journey. And we'll do everything in our power to make sure that we choose the best 6 for this journey. Alakazam, Kingler, swap into a little Pikachu. Kingler, Alakazam, I mentioned in this video, is quite a spongy, it's a glass cannon, it can take a hit. It can't take a hit, but it can definitely deliver a hit. Alakazam's entire function in this team is going to be to survive long enough to get in against Agatha, who has all poison types, even though she's apparently a ghost specialist. So with Alakazam's race speed at level 55, Alakazam should be able to psychic her way through the entire team, and that is kind of, at this point, you've probably noticed in the video that Pikachu has had 2 dodges due to its little love bar thing, and I've just realised as well that using special attacks would have worked a lot better on Kingler, as it is quite defensively bulky. But yeah, so that's Alakazam's entire function, is to survive in the Pokemon League, to take on. I'm actually not overly worried about the second 2. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with Ice Queen herself. I think I'm going to have to do some switching and stuff. We'll prime it, so we're going to go into anticipate a fighting type move. And he used Thrash. We're going to try and use Stun Ward here, because we cannot take another one. Thankfully he's now confused. And then we have to swap, because I'm not sure if the speed was going to be great enough, and we're going to risk going into Baba. And thankfully he locked himself into Thrash, which means we can easily go for Earthquake and not worry about anything because he's locked into Thrash. We are also fast at this point, so it means that Primeape is not going to be able to get a second hit off on us, even though he just missed his last one. Yeah, I'm not overly worried about Bruno the fighting type, and I'm not overly worried about Agatha the ghost type. However, the rest of the play will be a little bit in this hyper potion right here. The rest of them will be a little bit tricky. If I manage to make it to my rival, I'm not overly worried about his Pidgeot. I'm not overly worried about his Vileplume. Actually, you know what? Slowbro is probably his biggest threat based on what I can bring to the team. So it looks like we might have a chance if we can get through Lorelei and Lance with at least 5 members. Oh, 5 silver raspberries, lovely. Oh, and a mandatory battle with a little scientist. So obviously Electrode here, major concern is that he's going to explode or use an electric move, so a nice safe swap into Golem, and then just taking a Swift, which is very minimalistic damage, so we're not overly worried about that. And that's an easy 1, 2, 3 Golem for the win. And Shenron got level 42, which is woohoo. And once again, Muckstein doesn't really affect me. The Earthquake will just deal with him. Okay, and we want to avoid the warp paths, so we're now going to go back down these stairs. Sorry, we're going to go down these stairs. And it's actually pretty soon that we see Ditto and realise, oh, Sludge Bomb, perfect. I actually forgot that I picked this up, which would be perfect for Vileplume. Yeah, perfect for Vileplume if you want to teach it Sludge Bomb, which means Nidoking may be made redundant in the team. He's not going to do well against. He's not going to do very well against Lorelei, the Ice type. I just don't know if his stats is going to hold its own as much as I would love to have Nidoking help me win the Pokemon League. Oh, found a bed, we can heal up here, that's quite nice. Don't need to waste any more potions. Oh, and Ditto is what I've just seen there, so that's when I realised Ditto was a possible encounter for this place. And another rare candy. I think at this point I'm actually up about 8 rare candies, which is really nice to have. Just waiting for him to turn. Like I said, I was quite conservative at this point, foolishly, with a level cap of 48. And another free item, Max Elixir. All these will be really good in the Pokemon League. And a secret key. Now it's time to escape out of this place, because I wasn't risking walking through. In hindsight, I should have battled a few more trainers and got ready for Blaine a bit better, but instead we were impulsive and just ran straight into the gym. Here we go, first question. Oh, that's right. He's obviously telling me it's going to be a quiz, and that's when I realise that I can do this without. What do you say? Ready to start? No need to be shy. I didn't actually remember to do a voiceover for Blaine because it was near the end of a normal episode time, and I thought if I rushed through the quiz we could get to the battle and do it. And this is where I made the mistake of only having a team at level 46. But in hindsight, I would have got the team up to level 48 before doing this. And retrospectively, I'm actually quite happy that I didn't, because it means I can take on Giovanni's trainers and not exceed the level cap of 50. And as you can see, I'm acing this test because I'm a Pokemon Master and I know my Pokemon. And of course I went with the respectful answer. So at this point we were ready to fight Blaine. And now we go into this battle quite foolishly headstrong. And no, Blaine, I did not bring Burn Heals because I'm not allowed items in battle. So first up is his Steamy Magmar. We're not overly worried about Magmar with Shenron until we look and go, oh, you're level 47. So there's a 5 level difference here, which does concern me a little bit more for the damage taken than anything, because if we're at the same level, we'd probably resist that a little bit better and have a little bit more health. Nonetheless, we're able to get a clean one shot. Next out is Arcanine. Thankfully it doesn't have an Intimidate ability, so I don't need to reset Gyarados' stats. And it went for Outrage, which I did anticipate, but didn't think it would kill without a crit. So we rolled the dice and went with it. Now at this point we do need to swap because Arcanine has the overall damage, and so we decide to go into Nidoking for some magical mystery reason, only to eat and get almost murdered, which means we have to swap again. And I foolishly didn't think about it. I should have went into Vileplume because it was locked down on Outrage, but instead I go into Golem. And the plan here is, even though I've taken damage, is to set up the Stone Edge. At this point, it's become clear to me that the best way to beat him is to set up so he's getting pre-existing damage. And then because Arcanine's basically dead, we went for Rock Slide, which was a little bit silly. Because Rock Slide isn't 100% accurate, but that's what we went for, and it paid off with a critical hit, which was really not needed. Next out, I believe, is the Rapidash. Now we do decide to stay in with Rapidash because we are defensively tanky, and I thought, you know what, we can survive whatever he throws. My heart stopped for a second when I seen Flare Blitz. Fortunately, we did not lose. And the last Pokemon in his arsenal, I want to say it's actually another Magmar. Nope, Ninetales, I was completely wrong. So he has every fire type apart from obviously the Charizard line in the first generation. So we decide that the person to deal with this is Pikachu. And the Fire Blast does connect, but once again without actually getting a critical hit. We are okay, so we went for a Zippy Zap to guarantee the critical hit. It actually done a lot less than I was expecting, but thankfully Pikachu just avoided it in time for the shout, so we went for the Thunderbolt to guarantee the victory. And with that we've got Gym Badge 7 without a death. And Pikachu leveled up for good measure. And that is how this episode ended. I would obviously just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who has been following the story. I really hope that you're enjoying the series so far, and if you are, please keep signing in to see how the adventure goes. It'll be Blaine, we are moving on to Giovanni for the 8th gym badge. Little high five for Pikachu because we did so well. And we also get the TM for Fire Blast. But if you've enjoyed this episode, I look forward to seeing you next time. Until next time, it is Bearded Warrior over and out.